folks, back again. Here we go, the main subject of the evening. 30 signs you are not a parent. Which I personally think was written by a jealous, quote-unquote, parent. Number 1, 80% of your conversations do not involve schoolwork, milestones, or poop. Well, a lot of the adult conversations I have, that's true. And some of those people I have conversations with are parents, believe it or not. Not everyone's concerned that Jimmy made the honor roll, or that Susie's poop stopped changing from purple to green to red in the course of 3 hours. But as far as milestones go, I mean, what one person's idea of a milestone may be another person's idea of something they don't give two shits about. To me, a milestone would be graduating college, which I have every intention of doing. I mean, that to me is a milestone. It's a goal of mine. It's something I'm working hard for. Some people consider graduating high school a milestone. Maybe in the case of some families that is true. I saw graduating high school as being paroled from 4 years of hell. I mean, yeah, 80% of, well, actually it's more like 90% of my conversations don't revolve around any of this stuff. But then again, any parent that I'm friends with, they don't make it a point to bring up their kids' ever-changing Technicolor poop to me, or anything like that, because they know I don't give two shits. Number 2, you can't remember the last time you had a chicken nugget. Nope, I can't remember when that happened last. Chicken nuggets are okay once in a while, but I certainly can't live on them. In fact, I prefer making my own chicken. If I'm in the mood for chicken nuggets, I'll cut up a chicken breast, bread it, and bake it or fry it myself. Number 3, you get to curse freely and loudly so that it feels cathartic. Words like sugar and fudge. No matter how loudly you say them, don't do the trick. But why would you know that? Whoever wrote this list needs to get a better grasp on grammar. Having my brothers and I around didn't stop my parents from cursing and swearing. We were told, though, that if we repeated those words, we get our asses kicked. So not everybody sugarcoats shit and makes the entire world PG for their kids. Number 4, you don't make all your plans around other people's naps, sleep, school, or sports schedules. Damn right I don't! My world revolves around me and me only. Pardon me. Sorry for the interruption, folks. Number 5, you read books with lettering smaller than 24 point. That may be true now, but who's to say that I won't need large print when I get older? I mean, anything smaller than 12 point would probably drive me nuts. But, who's to say that everybody who's not a parent, or, even some parents, who's to say they don't read anything smaller than 24 points? That's kind of a generalization right there. Number 6, you don't sneak vegetables into your recipes like meatloaf, smoothies, brownies. You just eat them. That's what I did when I was a kid. I ate them. I didn't like broccoli when I was a kid, but I like it now. Cauliflower I won't fucking touch. Because, well, I've seen too many health videos in the Navy about STDs, and I just stay away from cauliflower. But as far as sneaking them into... No, at my house it was take it or leave it. And that included veggies. But 9 times out of 10, I ate the veggies, and I'm still here. I'm surviving. Number 7, you don't go to bed wondering how many times you'll be woken before morning. Have you met my cat? I love him to death, but he can be a little bastard sometimes. Sometimes in the middle of the night, he'll scratch to either go out of the room or go into the room. And of course, I can't put a doggy flap in the door so that the cat can go in and out without bothering me. So, number 7 is not always true. Number 8, your house is clean. Well, for the most part it is. Sometimes the roomies and I don't always feel like cleaning. But for the most part, we do keep it clean. Number 9, you don't sound like your mother. And I am forever grateful for that. Number 10, you probably don't know every sound that every animal makes, and there's no urgency to learn. P.S. A donkey goes bray. Did you know that? Actually, yes, Sherlock, I do know that. And I do know what different sounds animals make since I spent part of my adolescence on a hobby farm. I almost said funny farm. It felt like a funny farm at times. So I'm already well aware of what animals make what sounds, and yes, even donkeys. When I had to move back in with my mother at one time, she had a donkey named Jenny, so yeah, I'm well aware what donkeys sound like. Number 11, you don't have hand sanitizer in every purse, glove compartment, or junk drawer. You're right, I don't. I also don't feel the need to rub hand sanitizer all over my hands every time. Now, of course, how's your immune system going to work or even practice on anything if there's no germs to introduce it to? And that's also how come we're having more and more antibiotic-resistant bacteria. So no, I don't feel the urge to... Oh my god, I had one coworker at 7-Eleven. It's like... she was OCD anyway, but she would just... It seemed like she would bathe in hand sanitizer. So no, I don't feel the need to carry it. Number 12, you can go to the bathroom uninterrupted and it doesn't feel triumphant at all. Well, no, I don't have little DNA replicants bothering me every 2 seconds, so I guess I take going to the bathroom in privacy for granted. Number 13, people still call you by your actual name. Yeah, they do. I got my tubes tied for a reason. So no one will address me as Mom. It hasn't happened this far, and it never will happen, not if I can help it. Number 14, if your clothes get a stain on them and you were the culprit, I would have rewritten this as, if your clothes get a stain on them, most likely you are the culprit. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if something gets on your shirt, then it is your fault. That other 10th time, it could be some real klutz of an idiot next to you who just happened to spill something on you. But shit happens. I know that none of my stains are going to be spit up or anything like that. No baby puke will ever adorn my garments. Thank you very much. Number 15, you can stay out past midnight on a weekend without excessive yawning and possibly falling asleep while doing a shot. Ha, damn right. I'm a night owl anyway, so staying up past midnight is absolutely nothing to me. And I have yet to ever fall asleep during a shot. Of course, I haven't done shots in a long time. But if I were to do a shot right now, I'm not going to fall asleep, I guarantee that. Number 16, you can still do shots. Notice the plural. I can still do shots. That doesn't mean that I do them all the time. I'm beginning to hear the whole stereotype that child-free people are nothing but partiers and hedonists and have absolutely no responsibilities whatsoever because they don't have children. Yeah, that's all we do is just party and drink and do all this sort of shit. I mean, as I'm approaching 40, I'm only a few years away from 40, I find it harder and harder to bounce back from a hangover quickly. So even if I were to do a few shots, I can't bounce back as well as I used to. And I've also noticed, too, a personal anecdote, when I was in the Navy and my unit, like people in my unit, like a group of us would go to Jacksonville for detachments. Sometimes they were a week, sometimes they were a couple weeks. But I've always noticed that the people who had children, they weren't all married, but those who had children, during our downtime, they would be the ones at the hotel bar or out at a strip club or just out at a local bar in town. They would be the ones out drinking their asses off. And I find that kind of funny. It's like, well, I can drink at home anytime I choose. But it's like once these people are away from their families, they just lose their freaking minds and just get plastered. And every time I've gone to Jacksonville, I'd go out and do something. One time I went down to the Kennedy Space Center and decided to take a tour. That was fun. Another time I went to Old St. Augustine. I went to the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum there. Sometimes I'd go coin shopping. Sometimes I'd just go out to the mall and go shopping. It's like I'm doing stuff in Florida that, well, I can go to a mall anytime, but the Kennedy Space Center, if you get an opportunity to go see it, go to it. But a lot of these people just choose to stay home. Well, they choose to stay behind and just get plastered, and it's like, yeah, family life must be wonderful if all you do is get plastered every time you're away from them. Yeah, sorry about the tangent. Number 17, you don't have to arrange weeks in advance to go out on a Saturday night. It depends on who you're going with. And also, not everybody gets to be off on Saturdays. When I worked at the gas station back up in Nevis, I hardly ever had a Saturday off. As a matter of fact, I didn't think I had a Saturday off until I was done working. I worked every freaking Saturday. Not, who's to say I didn't go out and do stuff afterwards on Saturdays, but even so. It's Saturday night and I'm here making a YouTube video. If I had a ton of cash, I'd probably go out and do something. As far as arranging weeks in advance, it depends on if the person has to find a babysitter or has to get the night off or something, It's not always true that we can just drop whatever the fuck we're doing and just go out. Number 18, when you sing happy birthday, you don't say cha-cha-cha between every line. Who the fuck does that? Every time I've sung happy birthday, or every time it was sung to me, no one's ever added cha-cha-cha after every single line. Wow. Number 19, you can watch TV shows when they actually air. How many people do that these days? You got TiVo. And a lot of shows are put on the internet shortly after their airtime, so then there's DVDs whenever those come out. I don't get to watch Robot Chicken anymore on Sunday nights, but I can watch it on the internet. But I've been getting all the DVD sets. I have all 6 seasons so far, which makes me a very happy camper, so that part's not really true anymore, not these days. Number 20, you have no clue what this month's Happy Meal toy is. Yeah, you're right. I don't give a shit. Next. Number 21, your stuff, i.e. phone, iPad, jewelry, heels, sunglasses, is exactly where you left it. For the most part, yeah. Sometimes I forget that I would move it someplace else and I go nuts, but 9 times out of 10, that is a true statement. Number 22, you can walk across your home without the fear of stepping on a Lego. Yeah. Of course, when I was a kid and Dad stepped on a Lego, that was only one time. After that, we were told to pick up our shit or have it thrown out. Number 23, toys, dolls, and games don't eerily start talking or beeping at 4 a.m., making you wonder if they're alive and if you should go turn them off while carrying a wiffle ball bat, lightsaber, or fake pirate sword. If your kid has a good guy doll in the house, then you can start worrying. But no. You're right, I don't have to worry about toys or anything else going off because I don't really have that many toys. 24, you don't even have the above items handy. Yep, you got it. 25, you could sit down through an entire meal. Why, yes, I can. I mean, when we were old enough, Mom made sure she got to sit through an entire meal too. It's all about the discipline. And no, I'm not saying whoop your kids every 5 minutes or anything like that. Just teach the little shits to just either get it themselves or wait till Mom's done eating or something. Number 26, your car is cute, zippy, or sexy. It doesn't smell like curdled milk. And there aren't 1,000 loose Cheerios, goldfish, or Polly Pockets rolling back and forth when you stop at a light. Nope. No child has ridden in my car and hopefully never will. Unless it happens to be my niece and I'm taking her someplace, but since she's on the West Coast and I'm here, that's not really likely of ever happening. I mean, my car is zippy, I guess. I drive a 96 Buick Riviera Supercharger. But I mean, it is a nice car. I have to say that. It's not a minivan, but as I said before, minivans, if that's all I had to drive, then so be it. But that minivan will never have children riding in it, just like my car. No children, it's a no kid zone. Number 27, the people you go out with will most likely keep their pants on when you're in public. I hope so. Unless the person is either drunk or is one of those people that likes to wear their pants halfway down their ass, which it looks stupid, guys. Please stop doing that. I mean, you guys out there do realize where that came from, right? Number 28, you don't even appreciate the fact that you get to listen to your music whenever you please. I do appreciate that. And again, when my brothers and I were growing up, we didn't get to listen to what we wanted on the radio. It was 9 times out of 10 what Dad wanted to listen to on the radio. For a while, he was on an oldies kick, which I definitely preferred that over his country phase. Either way, though, it was Dad's radio. Whatever Dad says went. Number 29. You don't have to look at anyone else's poop. No, I don't. Unless the person in question I'm talking to has the letters DVM after their name. And if it's concerning my kitty. But my kitty's been fine. I give him his Revolution once a month. He has his food and water, he's fine. So no, unless a vet tells me I need to look at his poop for something or other, I don't look at his poop. Number 30, you don't know what it's like to be obsessed with some little being 24/7 and not be considered a stalker. No. I love my cat to bits, but I'm not obsessed with him 24/7. I mean, he's in the frickin' house 24/7, so I definitely don't have to go far to find him or be obsessed with him, but I do find that funny, though. It's like a lot of so-called parents these days are obsessed with their kids to the point of putting pictures all over the internet, whether they're potty training or taking a bath or showing off the kids' poopy diapers. I mean, those people are freaking nuts. It's lists like this that make me laugh and just want to top everything with a touch of snark and lots of sarcasm. Yeah. I think this was in response to another list this person made. I don't know if I'll read this one or not. I might do a separate one for that. 40 signs you're a mom. Again, not me. Never gonna be me. Well, folks, I hope you enjoy this latest helping of Snark. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully, I'll be a little better about this, but again, it's all that damn schoolwork. Have a good evening, folks.